You're now listening to the Key Witness Media Podcast with Kurt Maggs. Kurt Maggs Radio.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Key Witness Media Podcast, and I'm your host, Kurt Maggs, in the building. Yep. Yes. Just want to drop a quick episode showing some respect to the great Dr. Martin Luther King. I wanted to do a full episode today, but I'm decided I'm going to do this probably tomorrow. I wanted to do some more research, and I found some things, and I've listened to some more speeches by Dr. Martin Luther King that a lot of people who just have heard the same I Have a Dream speech, there's some other speeches and things that he said that made you kind of wondering, what did he learn later on that he felt that he made some errors? And I believe the more and more we get to hear his speeches, and while would it have been great to have sat around and listened to some of the conversations and the thoughts on what Martin Luther King really thought about the world, the people, and the climate. Now, I believe if he was still alive, he would see what was going on now. He would be sad. It's something how someone can risk their life in order to help free other people, and they don't live up to the expectations of what this person was fighting for. Now, while many may believe that Martin Luther King was also a rebel, he didn't follow the law and the rules of the land, there's some people who will agree and think he wasn't aggressive enough. Now, while I do personally lean towards Malcolm X because he believed more in economic empowerment, having your own things, owning your own things, being able to produce and make the things that could help not only sustain you, but your community and build it up that way. He wanted to see it more fair all the way across the board. And what I do agree with Martin Luther King, he did want to see everyone coming together and working together. So while I want to go ahead and see things happen in that respect, I'm going to show respect to Martin Luther King on his day and let him know that I did appreciate all the things that he did. I'm going to just play some of that speech, and I'm going to go ahead and delay the broadcast on what my real reflections and thoughts and what we can do to become better. I'm nobody of importance. I don't have anything more than the next person, but I do have a heart. I'm able to think. I believe if we can get together and sit down and hash out our differences and work on things, and I'm talking about as far as the black community, someone risks their lives, and there's been quite a few black men, black women who have risked their lives in order to help the black community and its people. We need to live up to the expectations of these people who have risked their lives. It's way too much crime. Way too much crime amongst each other. So while I'll go ahead and play this speech, I Have a Dream by Martin Luther King, just listen to the words that he's saying and really think about what was going on. Now, while we know that it's no longer the 60s and the world has changed greatly since that time, the message is still clear. Now, nothing's changed from that. So while we paying respects to Martin Luther King, just know as a black community, we can do better and we can grow. We're not going to be able to reach everyone. And I believe that if we can just reach the ones just around us, they can spread that message and that word to them that's around them. Martin Luther King's speech, I Have a Dream.
I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. And every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day with all of God's children. Be able to sing with new meaning, my country tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee.